6:30 it all starts. Thousands of rockets. One of the teenage, I remember in the first of the rescues, get out of the bushes and in English, she yelling to me, please take me with you. I'm still young. I don't want to die here. That broke my heart. I saw a car with the door of the driver open. I jumped inside. I remember my wife calling me on 10 o'clock in the morning, crying on the phone, begging me to come home. I told her I'm on a mission, but don't worry, I will come back in one piece. We saw on that day that everyone in Israel stand together as one unit, one team, one group, one family against that pure terror. We have a lot of heroes in the police force.
It's a great privilege to have a hero of that terrible day, October 7th, Remo El-Hozael, who is a policeman and who the day of the Nova Festival was actually working at the site. Remo, thank you so much for being with us on such a difficult day.
Thank you.
Remo, tell us a little bit about your background, who you are, and how you were in that festival.
Okay, my name is Remo El-Hozael. I'm 37 years old. I'm married with 3 kids. I'm half Bedouin, half Swiss. I'm a Muslim. I work in the police force for 5 years now as an investigator. And, in the police force, you can get extra money if you go guard a football game or a festival like Nova. On the 6th October, my colleague in my police station, Segev Shalom, told me about the Nova party. And I agree.
You agreed to be like the security guard, one of the security guards. So tell me what happened from your perspective that morning, that terrible morning.
It was 4 o'clock, 4:20 o'clock in the morning. I prepare myself. Usually I take a pistol and 2 magazines only. And that day, because I had a strange feeling, I took a 3rd magazine. And I arrived to the Nova party 6:22. 8 minutes before it all start. I parked my car next to the temporary police station that was near to the Nova party. And 6:30 it all starts. Thousands of rockets. For me and for everyone, unfortunately, it's we used to that issue.
Because so you like rockets. These rockets from Gaza. It's happened before.
Yeah. 6:40, 6:45, we start to hear a lot of shooting from the bases. In the beginning, we thought the bases are giving shooting, fight. We didn't realize what's going on. 6:56, inside the area of the party, I do another record. And I'm joking with my colleague, a detective. I'm telling him it's a mix of Arabic, Hebrew. It's בנמות לפחות שיהיה להם תיעוד. If we die, at least we have a record. It's all a joke. 73 minutes, one of the civilians of the Nova party ran to our direction and yelling that his friend was shot next to Kibbutz Reim. And from there, 15 hours of fighting and rescuing.
Reba, how did you survive and how did you manage to rescue so many people? Because I know that you are a living hero of this terrible, terrible massacre that occurred.
In the beginning, in the morning, we defend as much as we can. We were not with a lot of ammunition. The 3rd magazine that was with me, I gave to another police officer. And each bullet we shoot, we must account. It must hit the target. When we saw we cannot hold them much longer, we start to yell to everyone to run to the open field. Maybe you saw the videos of the teenage that running in the open field. It's a potato field to the east because it was the only option. We were surrounded from Be'eri, from Reim, and from the forest. From 3 directions we were surrounded. And the first thing they were looking for was a car. It's like direction got touched. I saw a car with the door of the driver open. I jumped inside. The switch was on. The fuel was full. And from there, my mission was to rescue. one of the teenage, I remember in the first for the rescues, get out of the bushes, and in English, she yelling to me, please take me with you. I'm still young. I don't want to die here. That broke my heart. I didn't have any space inside the car. It's a small car, Nissan Juke, between 8 to 10 in the first rescue.
So you were gathering people up and filling the car.
Yeah. On each other.
And where were you driving? And where were you driving towards? Where was safe?
On the dust road to an unknown area. I know that the only area that is safe is east. I drive like crazy. 5 minutes until I found a greenhouse. And there I put all the survivors. And from there I start for 3 hours alone. Rescuing, getting all the time. Getting inside, go outside, get inside, outside. When I left only with one magazine, half magazine you can say. I remember my wife calling me on 10 o'clock in the morning, crying on the phone, begging me to come home, telling me something that also broke my heart. Your children waiting for you. I told her I'm on a mission, but don't worry, I will come back in one piece.
Wow.
One of the rescues in the morning was a colleague, cousin of mine, Amir Lozail, his name is. He also take with him maybe 8 to 10 survivors on foot until I met him.
And Remo, throughout all this, you had to shoot at terrorists the whole time?
Between the rescues, sometimes yes, sometimes you don't see them. Gladly, one bullet didn't hit the car. It's like gut protection. On 11 o'clock, I found, and I wanted to see what's going on in the greenhouse because I didn't know where the terrorists, if they have come forward to our direction, to the greenhouse direction. So I wanted to see what's going on there. And I saw another cop, Igor Berg, his name is. I told him to get inside the car. He didn't think twice. He also has family. He didn't think twice and get inside the car. The survivors, over 200 that were in the greenhouse, I told them to continue east. After a few days, I realized that I sent them to Kibbutz Patish, and Igor Berg continued the rescue with me. And from there, until the evening. Rescuing, fighting.
So how many times, Remo, did you come up backwards and forwards rescuing people?
Many times.
You saved over 200 people.
Yeah.
And at no point did you fear for your own life, or were you just...
In the house, I was educated to help people. And as a police officer, protect and serve no matter what, even if the chances are very low. I will do my best, even if I will die. It's protect and serve. You know, as I have family, the young people, the young teenage has also family to go back to. So it was my duty.
Remo, what do you do now? You know, you've seen so much. You must have, after this situation, you must have, this is like an out-of-body experience almost. How are you coping with the aftermath of everything you did in those hours?
Like everyone else, I'm also in a therapy process, the psycholog. I think everyone in Israel are in a therapy process.
I agree.
I remember on 7 October, 9:30 in the evening, I'm finally getting home. I told my colleague to put me on the road because I wanted to walk a little bit to process what I've been through that day. And from nowhere, suddenly my wife, I didn't call her or something like that. She sensed that I'm in the area, and she came with the car and with the kids and picked me up. We didn't speak, only cry, hugging, kissing. Until when I get home with the family, I rest maybe 2 hours, and then in the morning I put my uniform and go back to my mission, protect and serve. We were 36 cops, only with pistols, against 350 terrorists in the Nova. Unfortunately, 18 of my colleagues were murdered that day when they defending with their lives, with their body against the terror. It was a hard, it was a hard 2 weeks because we bury between 2 to 3 from our colleague each day. After 1 month, that teenage that I saved from the Nova party start looking for me. And they post on Facebook. Until the day I didn't have Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And they post on Facebook, we're looking for a police officer. They photo my neck from behind. It was a little bit funny because they write, we're looking for Ashkenazi Razeh. Ashkenazi and
a thin Ashkenazi. Little did they know that you're Bedouin.
Bedouin, yeah. After 1 month, the survivors start looking for me, and I start to meet them, half of them. The other half, their parents calling me to say to me thank you for what I did that day, and telling me when they feel the right time to call me, they will call me. I told them no rush, let them feel the right time to call me. Last week I was in Mexico, speaking about 7 October, and one of the people over there come to me and told me that his brother was in the Nova party and was rescued. And then I asked him, he was rescued by a cop. He told me yes. And then I asked him, he was rescued in a Nissan black car. He told me yes. I told him it's me.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he gave me his brother number. I called him. It was emotionally very, very beautiful, you can say. It's like a closure.
Well,
Each time I meet one of the survivors, it's also a healing process and a closure for me.
Of course. And I think you're going to be meeting a lot of survivors over the next few years because you saved a lot of people, Remo.
Yeah. Who thought that in Mexico, 10,000 kilometers from Israel, I will meet someone that is one of the... Exactly. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's like God touch, I can say.
Thank God. Thank God for you.
I have to mention also in the morning, the chief of the state Negev launched a code named Parash Paleshet. That code meaning that all the cops blocking all the roads, and because of that code that he launched in the morning, the terrorists didn't continue forward to Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. It was a long fight until afternoon of cops against terrorists, heavily armed. I lost my police station commander, Bazooka, unfortunately. You can say they all were, you can say heroes. There's no other word.
There's so many heroes from that day.
Yeah.
So many fallen heroes, and thank God, so many heroes here to tell the story. Remo, you know, Israel gets accused of so many things. I think the most beautiful thing about this story is that you're a Muslim Bedouin saving Jews and Arabs, and there was every type of person in this party.
Exactly.
What do you say to people who accuse Israel of these things?
First of all, you know, I am coming from a Bedouin city, Raat. It's the biggest Bedouin city in Israel. Many on that day also from the Bedouin city in Raat came to help. Unfortunately, some of them were killed on the road and some of them kidnapped until today. In Israel, you have 2.5 million Muslims living together, eating together, working together, with Jew, with Christian. It's a mix. You have a beautiful mix here in Israel. We saw on that day that everyone in Israel stand together as one unit, one team, one group, one family against that pure terror. And if no one believes, they can come to Israel to see with their own eyes what happened on 7 October and to see how people live here.
I totally agree. And
Jews,
also
Muslim, Christian.
the police force in Israel is very diverse.
Yeah. You have a mix also in the police. Yeah, we are all in the IDF. My little brother is a fireman. He's working as a fireman.
Basically, everybody fighting evil. We're fighting evil. Remo, I know that you're busy today because you're telling your story. You're down there in the Nova Festival. You must be reliving that trauma, and you're still there telling people what you saw, what you did, the amount of people you saved. All we can do as a society is to celebrate and thank people like you who had the courage to stand up to pure evil. You saved over 200 people. And, I know that this must be traumatic for you, but, we have a Jewish verse that says, whoever saves one person saves the whole world. You've saved over 200 worlds. And that is really something that many people don't have the privilege to say.
Thank you. I can mention that we have a lot of heroes in the police force. A lot.
I agree. And one day we will have the opportunity to salute them. Thank you so much, Remo and Chozael. Thank you.
Thank you.